Grand Prix is where the legends are made. The 42 previous editions have been won by the greats of Korean racing. 가속도, 포경선, and 동반의 강자 are the old ones. And the more recent ones like 999 and Powerblade and Winner's Man, if you can remember last year. It's a race where everyone wants to win. Every edition has its place in the history, but this Sunday, the 30th of November, at Seoul Racecourse is the 43rd edition. It's a special one because we are attracting foreign-trained racehorse for the first time in it. Will Yumeno Honoo, the Japanese racehorse competing here at Seoul Racecourse, be the best that Korean can offer?
Well, welcome to the Grand Prix 2025 preview show. I'm Andrew Farrell, and joining me is KRA commentator Alastair Middleton. Alastair, the draw for the big race, 2,300 meters, a very long race. This coming Sunday has been made. First off, did anything catch your eye?
Well, thanks, Andrew. Yes, the draw has been made. There is a full field of 16 runners for the Grand Prix, and Yumeno Honoo, the visitor from Japan, he has actually drawn the widest gate, gate 16. However, from the 2,300 meter start, as we know, shouldn't really be a problem. There's a long run until the first corner. Plenty of time to find a good position, and I think the connections will be pretty happy with that draw.
But let's just talk about the big story first. That's Yumeno Honoo from Kochi, Japan. He came to Korea in April for the YTN Cup. That was over 2,000 meters. And then he ran a big third behind Global Hit and Speed Young. So let's take a look at that race.
Well, that was Yumeno Honoo's first ever time leading the small regional track of Kochi in Japan. That's a track that he's now won at 20 times. He performed very strongly in the YTN Cup. He showed on pace. He did strike the front briefly in the home straight, only to be defeated by a very peak Global Hit. Yumeno Honoo in that race, he was coming back at Speed Young as well. And with that experience, as well as the distance change, I think the Grand Prix could be very different.
Right, well, one thing I'm really excited for this Grand Prix, and I think anybody else is going to be watching it will say the same thing. That, of course, is the distance, 2,300 meters. This is very rare in Korean racing. Is that correct? And for Yumeno Honoo, that shouldn't be a big deal?
Yeah, correct. Now, never mind 2,300 meters. Yumeno Honoo is a multiple winner at 2,400 meters in Kochi, a distance which is not hugely familiar for the Korean horses. They only have 1 or 2 races a year over it. We can debate all we like about the caliber of runners that he beat at Kochi. There's no question that he does stay on. Connections did say they learned a lot from the YTN experience as well. They've arrived in Korea much later this time. They're repeating the things they got right, learning from the things they feel that didn't go particularly well. You know, he's not what you would call a flashy, explosive horse, but he is tough, he will stay, and if he's good enough, he can win this race.
But first, the defending champion then, Global Hit. He, of course, accounted for Yumeno Honoo earlier on by 5 lengths at the YTN Cup. And since then, he's had an injury, and he only ran 4th in the President's Cup in October.
Could be. He was diagnosed with a manageable but chronic condition after the Korea Cup Classic in August. He returned, he ran well in the President's Cup, but it wasn't the Global Hit of old, the Global Hit that we knew. We have, though, learned in the past not to count him out. It would be a remarkable uptick in form if he was to win this, but he is, of course, a defending champion. 2,300 meters, no problem for Global Hit as well, and we obviously have to respect it.
Well, let's have a look now at the President's Cup, which was won, of course, by Speed Young, ahead of Gankuma and Success Bekpa. All 3 are returning for the Grand Prix. Very good. Well, Speed Young has spent most of his career, but he got his big Grade 1 breakthrough. Can he follow up?
Well, yeah, I often call Speed Young a Swiss Army knife of a horse, really. He can do anything. Sprint, long distance, anything in between. You want your go-to horse, let it Speed Young. Yes, he has sort of had the misfortune to be the same generation as Global Hit, but he was 4th in the race last year. I didn't really like how Yumeno Honoo was coming back at him in the YTN Cup. He was getting closer to him at the end. But of course, 2,300 meters, different style of race. He'll be ridden for the distance as well, and Speed Young will surely be in the finish.
What about Gankuma? We have to talk about this horse. He's a Seoul-based horse, even though he's under the same wider ownership group as Speed Young, and he's the same age as both Speed Young and Global Hit at 5, but a somewhat newcomer to the elite stage. What sort of an impact will that have, and do you think he is the big local hope?
Well, you're right. He has been a revelation of late. He's won 3 of his last 4 at 2,000 meters. and then he was finishing so well in the President's Cup. Speed Young only beat him by 3/4 of a length. There is a real feeling that the 2300 meters, which he's never tried before, could really suit him. He hasn't quite had the sort of same tough career as some of the others have as well, so he could still be fresh. He can potentially run down a lot of his rivals late here, and he really does look on his recent runs to have the ideal profile for a Grand Prix horse. So yeah, big high hopes for Kang Buma.
Let's not forget Success Bekpa. He won the KRA Cup Classic in August when Global Hit was out of sorts. First became apparent and also group level earlier this year. Is it fair to say that Success Bekpa is in the mix for this?
It is. At his best, Success Bekpa is very, very good. The consistency has been his issue. He's put in some excellent runs, followed by some sort of slightly lesser runs. Having said that, he was a very strong third in this race last year, so coming back to 2300 meters could well suit him. I think we can see him in the finish, and if he's right on the day, then he has as good a chance as any Success Bekpa.
Very good. Now, 2 wild cards. Love talking about the wild cards. Let's have a chat about this. These could be some of the more interesting ones, I guess. They are both American imports. Clean One, who arrives with 4 wins from 8. Wampyong Storm, who has perhaps rushed a little bit into this group company, but has rebounded with 7 wins from the last 10 races. And most recently, Class 1 over 1800 meters.
Yeah, 2 really, really exciting horses. Clean One can certainly run the big race. I love Clean One. Clean One, he really looks like a racehorse as well. Sort of big, muscular, really good-looking horse, and he certainly comes in with really good form. I know Frankie De Silva's very excited to be riding him. And Wampyong Storm, yeah, he looks the real deal. As you said, he tried Group Company earlier this year. It might have been a little bit too much too soon for him, but he looked a much more serious and mature operator, winning last time. Now, Ruan Meyer took over that day, and I noticed that Meyer, who has recently established himself as the go-to jockey at Seoul, he's actually been riding him in the morning every day for several weeks. I know he's also very, very confident, very happy with this horse. Now, the distance is obviously the question. First time I saw Wampyong Storm, I thought this horse is a miler, no further. You know, he's sort of the opposite of Yumeno Honoo. We know Yumeno Honoo will stay, but is he explosive enough? We know the Wampyong Storm, he's got that ability, he's got that explosiveness. The big question is, does he stay? If he stays, he's good enough.
The 24th edition of Grand Prix will be this weekend on Sunday, Seoul Race Course, the November 30th. Be there to join us. We will be there live on our YouTube channel, so stay tuned for the legend of the show.
Well, it is the big one, the Grand Prix Stakes, Group 1. Final Group 1 of the year. 16 runners, 2,300 metres. The favourite, number 16, Yumeno Honoo. Just the right side of even money, 2.1. Second favourite, just number 12, Global Hit at 6.1. So distant second favourite. Number 5, Wampyong Storm, third in the market, 6.8. Number 6, Kang Buma at 7.5. Number 9, Speed Young at 10s. Well, they are coming forward already here. Already in New Dolkyong. Black belt as well. There goes Yongguangi first up into gate 2. Kang Buma is forward, so too Success Bekpa to Hane Bansok, Clean One, Global Hit and Northern Time. Now Sniper up into gate number 7. Satang Sonya, the 3-year-old filly for Can You Excel aboard. They're up into gate 14. There goes Speed Young. Yumeno Honoo just ducked out of gate 16. Will have to be asked again. Wonpyeong Storm is in. Yumeno Honoo in at the second time of asking. Yongam Sesang up into gate 4. And it will be East-West, the last one to come forward. Well, that's it. Grand Prix 2025, they're away and they're racing. And slow out of the gate there was Kang Pungma, who stood there, missed it by plenty. Front end of the field, Clean One is looking to dart forward. Wonpyeong Storm, Yongam Sesang, they'll be on pace as well. And here comes Yumeno Honoo looking to take up a forward position. He's on the outside of Speed Young, Success Bekpa, and now Sniper. They're followed on the rail. Yongguangi first. Global Hit is tracking Yumeno Honoo. Wider Satang Sonya and East-West. To the inside to Honeban Sok. Yongguangi first now just gets shuffled back. So too Yongam Sesang. They lead Black Belt, New Dol Kong, Kang Pungma. And at the rear of the field is Northern Time. So they've gone past the winning post for the first time with a circuit to run in the Grand Prix. And it is Clean One who shows the way. Now Sniper just moving up into second place with Wonpyeong Storm in the box seat on the fence. Success Bekpa is wide of Speed Young to Honeban Sok and to the rail. Yongguangi first. Just moving up, then working up around the outside is Global Hit. He races in company with Yumeno Honoo. 3 lengths further back then to Kang Pungma, who's making progress through the field after that slow start. Satang Sonya on the outside, a couple of lengths back to East-West. Yongam Sesang is right back now with the trailers. Also back there as well is Black Belt, and to the inside Northern Time and New Dol Kong. So Clean One down the back. We've got about 5 furlongs to go in the Grand Prix. Leading a length and a half to now Sniper in second, Wonpyeong Storm in third, Success Bekpa fourth to the outside. To Honeban Sok, Speed Young. Just getting chased along, Yumeno Honoo. Global Hit to the outside, then came Kang Pungma. A couple of lengths to Yongguangi first, Satang Sonya. Then it's Northern Time. It's followed by Black Belt, East-West, New Dol Kong and Yongam Sesang. 3.5 to go, Clean One. Goes out by 3 lengths now. To Wonpyeong Storm second, then it's now Sniper. To Speed Young, Success Bekpa, Kang Pungma, Yumeno Honoo, Global Hit. Now have to go round horses to Honeban Sok to the inside. It is Clean One making a run for glory here in the Grand Prix with 300 to go. He leads by 5. He leads by 6 from Speed Young. Kang Pungma now sets off in hot pursuit. The rest are well beaten. We're into the final furlong and it's Clean One. He's off. He's gone. He comes of age. Clean One. He romps the Grand Prix. In second is Kang Pungma and Speed Young is third with Yumeno Honoo fourth. It's Clean One. It's Franco da Silva for trainer Moon Hyun Chol, the owner's Healing Farm Union. This 3-year-old American bred by Bernardini. This is only his 9th career start and he's on top of Korean racing. Clean One. Kang Pungma. Speed Young. Yumeno Honoo, fourth. Wonpyeong Storm to Honeban Sok, Global Hit, Yongguangi first and Northern Time. They let home the rest. He just took this on and he went and he went and he went. Franco knew what he was doing. And he's run the legs off them. The winning time, 2:25.2. It's not a track record. It's out of it by 1.2 seconds. But he lifted. Sensational from the 3-year-old. Look, great run for Kang Pungma. Good run, Speed Young. Yumeno Honoo was brave. He was well beaten on the 10. Well beaten, in fact. But the unofficial numbers 11, 6, 9, 16 and 10. 11, 6, 9, 16 and 10. Clean One has won the Grand Prix. And not only won it, he has won this by an almost record margin there. Kang Pungma, well, he missed the start. Speed Young, he ran his race. Yumeno Honoo 02, but never looked a contender. The rest miles back. Wonpyeong Storm, maybe this isn't his go the distance. Global Hit, look, he ran a good race. He ran what was expected of him, really. And obviously the important thing is he's back home safe, hopefully. Clean one, Franco. Continues to have a great year. He said how excited he was to be riding this horse. He said he'd been waiting for a Grand Prix horse. My word, has he found it with Clean One. For Moon Hyun Chul as well, a great victory here as Franco goes past the stands. Yes, I didn't do anything. This fella did. For Franco de Silva, he's had how many winners in career? He's had, getting on 540 winners in career now. And this one, the biggest of the lot. He becomes the third foreign jockey to win the Grand Prix. Joe Fuji won it on Cam Dong-Ebada. And, of course, Antonio de Silva won the race as well a few years ago. Franco de Silva becomes the second de Silva and the third overseas jockey to win the Grand Prix. So it wasn't to be for Yumeno Honoo. Ran a good race again. Couldn't quite get there, but Clean One. Look at those margins. He's absolutely busted this field apart. First, number 11. Second, number 6. Third, number 9. Fourth, number 16. And fifth was number 10. The margins were 9 lengths, 5 lengths, 4 lengths, 8 lengths. Incredible margins, those. The time, 2:25.2, coming back in 38 and 8. No scratchings, 16 ran.